So oxygen is now on the menu. You can stack up. It's the physical one. I hope that helped at least a little bit. The physical one? Okay. Whoa. Why do I feel like that's not, all right. It's being used. Yeah, physical is a bit rough, and there's no... I shouldn't say best. I mean, there might be best, but it's so customizable, I guess, would be the best way to put it. Well, with a whole lot of trial, error, and a lot of time. Especially if you have to redo a bone. Okay, so let's get that. All right. So now, beams are done. Servos are being made. Oxygen tanks are now coming out. So that means lightweight frames are stuck on the next one. Is there anything that's I could, was still a little bit confusing even with that? Because like I could have kept going on that video. That was a long one to begin with. I didn't expect it to go as long as it did. I'm just like, wow. Do I have two? One, two, almost. And this goes to underground pipe. The stamina, yeah, they burn the stamina. So the best way to do with that is I think I was discussing with that on like the eyes, the spine, all those organs you're not going to be using for fighting. It's just you have to get those rare rolls to increase your regen. Because I know on a couple of runs when I was first learning physical cultivation, doing regular, runs and learning it, I was like, yeah, I got this guy going. My design's working. And he wouldn't fight. And I'm like, why won't he fight? And it's like, oh, he's burning more energy than he's generating. Gotcha. And it's like, well, I hope the dog can win. Or actually, yeah, at first, and it was like, I hope the fox can win because I need the fox to keep people healthy. That's why normally I got to where instead of going both hands, attack and defense, and then working on that, why I do the defensive one and then just go hard in on the regen on the rest of the body. It's like, well, it might take him forever to defend, but he's not going to go down, but he's not really going to kill. If you'll, what is it? Trying to remember the pictures now. Because if you'll look at one thing when they're sitting there, I forget which button it is. Well, I'll wait for these to generate. Let me pull up one of my... I know I've got some pictures. You're not going to let me see that blown up, are you? I need bigger pictures. I mean, the essence is big, don't get me wrong. But the even if he wants to, your character wants to fight, can fight, or even defend, anything they do takes the stamina. And the more remolding you do, every time you add something, whether it's the generic white thing to add to whichever, whether it's the thumb, the finger, the eye, any of those that can go usually to what, 999 or 100, the generic white tag. Every time you pick any tag, their energy requirement goes up. Just, period. So after a while, it'll get to where they can't do anything other than eat and train because they don't have the energy to do it, even to fight and defend. You'll see them fighting, and then while in the middle of a fight, they'll just sit down and start trying to regen their energy. We're definitely going to have the flow meters today. That should have worked overnight. Actually, yeah, you would have worked overnight too, yeah. Because I'm bouncing back and forth. Come on, load some of these up. Trying to... And these won't just blow up, will they? Yeah, like say just the left index finger, because that's the first picture I can see of one that I can barely see the tags. Like every time, even the tempered, whether it's tempered bone, sharpened essence, one of the purple tags, or the ancestral whatever, that's the gold tag. Like every time you put one of those on there, and even if you and you're always going to get two, because whether you pick the white, the tempered, no matter what you pick, you get a free tempered every time you do it. So if you get a tempered bone, you get 2 tempered bones. If you did sharped, which is a green tag, then you get that one and a tempered bone. Every time you do that, their energy requirement goes up for anything they do. So you got to kind of balance that out. I'm trying to... Because there should be, like, if you're just sitting there where it has their name and everything else, there's, when you just click on a character, there should be like a stamina or energy gen, or maybe it's the last tag on their, just their main character. Stop that. But it should tell you like how much energy they're producing with how, if you mouse over it, how much, they make with how much they're expending. And you've got to be real careful to balance that out. That's the catch right there when you're messing with builds. So 250, 250. 250. And let's see. Let's go get my toasts. Like I say, between you and Spectre, y'all go get me playing that again. I still, one of these days, I would like to actually beat that game. I just don't like having to do what the detective stuff to figure out why, who, and all that. I'd rather just beat people up and make them tell me. Of course, I never did beat I think there's 2 creatures I never did find for that ending. So, boo, boo, boo. Oh, I don't think you open or will be in here. Oh, you are. No, you don't take the desk until noon, do you? Yeah. So I got a few hours on you. Well, they mentioned tags of stuff in there. Let's go stick our head in the mine for about an hour. Yeah, that's all right. Out of one. No, you don't. Come here. So that's new. Come here. And these things are respawning. All right. Plant fossil. All right. Tell me about show the shape and pattern of it. Well, I know what a fossil is. Oh, don't you... Oh, Toasty, you fit through here the... So I wonder... There's no kind of archaeologist or paleontologist or anything like that in this town. So why would we need that? The incubation. All right, let me... Where the pipe is ready. Make it... All right, hopefully this will make it easier for connect chemical plants. All right, so underground pipes. Wait, I thought we got more than that. Oil pump of there. All right, so there's the lightweight frames. All right, so plastic bars and steel beams. I'm not making that, but I'd rather have this. In all fairness, I'd much rather have that pump efficiency. Oh no, you're not bothering me at all. I welcome anybody that comes in here. As I say, it's just, you know, sometimes without being able to see it, especially since I haven't played it in a while. I mean, I still remember it. It's just telling you what to look for. And I'm trying to think of the best way. It's not a hassle at all for anyone to jump in. It's like, hey, you played this? I can help. I don't mind at all. It's just, you know, of course, if I'm reading something, it might take me a second in between. Let's see. And it gives me a time to think about how I can set up this disaster. But in all fairness, it wasn't a disaster based on how the stuff was. All right. Let me... Oh, so you're completely different. Oh, yeah. And the worst thing is, from what I can see, like, or when I was looking for when, you know, trying to figure the physical cultivation out myself, there's no, you know, like most games, when there's a build involved, you know, and or gear, like, hey, if you want to do this with this character, this is what you do. Or if you want to do this, this is what you wear. You know, there's always that. But when it came to the physicals, you know, there was no consensus. Everyone was like, you know, hey, I like this. It can do this. It's like, well, yeah, I can do that too with this style, but it can also do this. And it's like, yeah, but mine can do that. It just takes longer. So it's one of those, there's not really a cookie cutter kind of thing. It's almost all to your play style, and if you get them built up enough and or their stats. But yeah, it was very, and still is very confusing. Is that the only new thing? I don't know if I want to... Iron plate and stone. I could probably do that elsewhere. I really don't think... I might need to do that. But yeah, it was... Oof. I'm trying to think. Usually I kind of just breathed a whole lot while I let the others on my normal playthroughs, or when I would play. And I would rush the guy, and I would do... I'm trying to think, was it brain that you can kind of start with real early? Or no, I did the head muscle stuff. With no essence, just to kind of get stuff going. I was trying to think. Yeah, incubation phase is usually where I would hold. Because I think it's the next phase. If you push in too fast, that's when they start having the breakthrough issues, or not breakthroughs, tribulations. And if you're not careful with that, then you just flat out die. So I used to leave most of my people there, which it's the... When you go into the next phase, it's the... What I actually really liked, if you could, if I could keep them alive, which I had issues. It was like Bear and something was my favorite. Eagle, bear, eagle. One of those two ways is my favorite, but those tribulations where if you fail, your character just dies. I'm not sure, because there's certain tags you can get that increases how many you can get on certain things. But usually it's what? It can vary between 6 and 8, and I think sometimes 10. Let's steal these. I'll try. We can't do this because I chose the... Ooh, God. I just thought about something. And I could switch it. But yeah, if you'll look at any of the organs, I remember if you click on one, it should, even if you haven't done it, in the very top, that right-hand side where your tags would go, it should say like 0/ and a number. And most of them are 6 and 8. Now, some of them can get more if you put right tags on it. It will add it. And if you're using Yagwai stuff, I didn't do the Yagwai stuff because of their tribulations and stuff like that. Them on their timers. But some of them actually get more bones and they have more pieces. Because, some have tails. Some have, on their claws, they have extra digits. So, all that stuff is based off of... That video is based purely off of humans, because the Yagwai is a lot more trouble that I was willing to deal with. Gotta get plastic. We gotta get this plastic. Oh, but the bad thing is that takes this and this. Ooh. Yeah, I tried to break it down into phases on that video. But you definitely don't want to rush on that. You definitely, I cannot stress enough that, don't rush. They get super strong, but you got to make sure your energy production is good. No problem. Good luck, Ner. If you have any more questions, feel free to let me know. I'll do my best. How about that? I know if I had pictures on screen, it would be easier where I could kind of show you, though. All right, so plastic bars. I need this and this, so right here would be a good production spot for you. I guess up here. Well, that's right. We can go crisscross underground, so that's not too bad. I want plastic bars there. So we'll bring the plastic up and around. We can fix this later. I didn't think about that. Hold on. Can we do it? Okay, yeah, we could. We could go from there to there, right? Let's try this again. All right. All right, so the plastic comes up here into there. No. This the wrong way. Wrong way. You'll go here. You'll pick up from there and put it there. Okay, then that leaves me room to run water here. Okay. And we're going to run. I want to get this set up. Ta-da. There. Okay. That's all good. That'll be loading. And this is stuck again. All right. It's 8 something. All right. I gotta. We have no stone over here. Boop you. The stone is the least of my concern. Keep that for myself. Okay. All that. Don't need that. Hang on to that. Take that. All right. Or... Hmm. I could almost do the... Hold on. Hold on. Be much faster if we take toast. So I could get the stone from here, run it to here. Here's the iron. Here. All right. Plates. That. We're gonna make people mad. I really don't care. And go back to there. All right, there's the underground pipes getting ready to come. And I'm forgetting toast. Okay.